Thank you for joining us for the 2-minute drills. I'm Aram Talegian, San Gabriel Valley Newspaper Group football writer, joined by San Gabriel Valley Tribune Prep Sports editor Fred J. Robledo. Freddie, Week 10 has arrived, and unlike most years when there's maybe just 1 or 2 league championships on the line, this year in the Tribune area there's 4.
Yeah.
We're going to get to the first one we're going to talk about here, one of the big ones. El Monte, 7-2, 4-0 in the Mission Valley League, traveling to two-time defending league champion Arroyo, 8-1, 4-0 in the Mission Valley League. This is a battle of 2 of the better quarterbacks in the area. Brandon Martinez for El Monte, Steven Rivera for Arroyo.
Yeah,
What can you say,
I've been telling you this, Aram, since early in the season when I first saw Brandon Martinez at La Puente, right? I told you this kid is going to be special. He was only a junior.
Yeah.
And you look at what El Monte's done right now. I mean, scoring 2 touchdowns in the final minute to beat South El Monte, the game they had against Rosemead earlier. This is one of those, it feels like those team of destiny situations the year they're having. And I expect on Friday night, I want to see the old 79ers out. They haven't won a game since 1979. I want to see the 79ers out. I want to see the guys in their old 70s clothes. I want to see everything. I want to see a big game at Arroyo High School with all of the old guys out there.
I've got to tell you, Fred, I mean, this El Monte program, a lot of people don't know this, but this is one of the funnest programs around. I always joke with Joel Sanchez. I tell him, man, you guys have a barbecue for anything. They have a barbecue like 4 or 5 times a year, fundraising for this, alumni this and that, alumni game, first game of the year, homecoming. They barbecue for anything, and he's like, yeah, man, we'll barbecue just to say you're coming over here. Well, we love to fire up the grill. It's just great, man. It's a lot of fun. And, I think your exact words after you first saw Brandon Martinez against La Puente in the season opener was, you kept saying to me, that El Monte quarterback's good, dude. That El Monte quarterback's good, dude.
So, I was surprised. I mean, he came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he did.
He was a projected starter. I mean, this is a guy,
yeah.
And I remember we did a feature on him and talking to him. When he found out that job was open early in the year, he had to compete for it. The guy said he went into his own little weight loss program and started running on his own. The things that you hear about players doing when they want opportunities, they want to take advantage of situations. Brandon Martinez did that, and he has this team on the door of destiny right now.
Fred, his nickname that I've given him, but I talked to Coach Sanchez about it. I call him B-Mark.
B-Mark.
Okay, B-Mark, because we got him for another year after this, right?
Yeah.
And he said, well, there's already a defensive coach, or his quarterback coach already calls him B-Mark, and then they got a guy at running back named B-Love for Brian Lovano. So they got B-Mark and B-Love over at El Monte. Now the question is B-Mark good enough to beat Steven one night on the Riviera over at
one night on the Riviera. What is that?
I'm working on my Rivera nicknames. But yeah, is he good enough to beat Steven Rivera? Because this guy has shared the last 2 league MVPs. He's going to win it probably this year all by himself, assuming they win this game tonight. Is B-Mark good enough to beat Rivera?
Well, I don't know. And as much as we like B-Mark, Rivera, when you look at what he's done, this is his 4th year, his senior year. He's about ready to close out another Mission Valley League title. They're playing for a high seed. And look, at the end of the day, as exciting as this has been for El Monte and some of the close wins they have, I still think that if you're going to look at one guy who can close it out on his own, it's Steven Rivera, Aram. As much as you like Brandon Martinez, I can't see that guy on Friday night letting his team leave that. I don't think he's going to lose his last Mission Valley League home game at home. I just don't see that.
No, I don't either.
It's hard to imagine, but it's...
we've seen all season that when Arroyo needs a big play, Rivera's going to come up with it. Against Rosemead, Rosemead's up 7 in the second half. They're driving to go up another touchdown. Rivera just strips the ball, returns it to the 28, completes a big pass. They tie the game. They get the ball back with 4 minutes left. Rivera takes them right downfield. They score. They win the game. He had like another scenario against La Cañada and Montebello this year, came up with big turnovers as a defensive player.
Yeah. He
does not let that team lose. And when you have a guy like that has his experience in big games, this isn't going to be anything for him. I mean, he knows it's a big game, but he ain't going to be nervous. But, his receivers feed off him. The coaches there, they've played in those big games. The El Monte coaches, at least they got a little bit of a taste of what it's like to be in a big game last year. If you remember, they started League 3-0 before they played Arroyo, and Arroyo smoked them. So they know a little bit what it's like to be in a big game. But at the end of the day, it's hard to pick against guys who have been there before, and B-Mart hasn't, Rivera has.
Yeah.
That's why I lean Arroyo. And it's just that simple. I mean, in that league, in that division.
The one thing about that league, and when I think of Arroyo, El Monte, Rosemead, I think they all are capable of beating each other. I don't think Arroyo's this monster that's just going to go in there and rip El Monte apart.
Not this year.
Not this year. And it's whichever quarterback gets hotter. You know, the couple games that El Monte did lose, and one was to Covina pretty bad. The other one, La Puente, they had 4 turnovers in that game. Personally, I thought they should have won that game. It's been turnovers that have hurt them. You ask Coach Sanchez that, he'll tell you it's mistakes they've made that have made some games close and some games that they lost, like Covina, looked lopsided.
Right.
If they have a mistake-free game, and Arroyo has a mistake-free game.
Listen,
who knows? Because these guys are both capable of shredding each other's defenses.
Listen,
That's
Fred,
what I think.
Arroyo is capable of making its own mistake. I saw them against Rosemead. They snapped the ball over Rivera's head to the tune of 70 yards lost.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, they gave Rosemead a touchdown because they snapped the ball over the kid's head in the shotgun. So they're capable of screwing up. And Coach Singheiser has been very vocal that this is not his smartest team ever. These guys do make mistakes. But that adds to the intrigue, man. That makes it so fun. Now, you're going to be there on Friday night,
I'm going to be there on Friday. You know, I haven't seen Rivera in 2 years.
Yeah.
I've got to see him right now. And I want to see Martinez.
It's about time.
If they're going to party like it's 1979 there on Friday.
Are you calling it a win?
No, I'm calling Arroyo. At the end of the day, I've got to be realistic. And as much as I like that story, I think Arroyo's going to win, and that's what you're asking us is who he really thinks is going to win. What I know is going to be great is we've got 2 great quotable coaches. I can't wait to see what they say afterward.
It's going to be
Sanchez and Singheiser.
Listen,
these guys, they say it like they mean it. They mean it like they say it.
This is a great year in the Mission Valley League. They will, speaking of grills, have the grill fired up at Arroyo on Friday night. Freddie, I recommend the burger, but they also have some good-looking carne asada tacos. Yeah. I recommend, and if you don't want to do that, you go to Alfredo's.
I like some carne asada.
Go to Alfredo's down Santa Anita Avenue. You're gonna have a great time.
I got Alfredo's next to my house. I get enough of that.
All right, whatever. You're gonna have a great time. Okay, Freddie's got Arroyo. I've got Arroyo, but get out there. This is the Mission Valley League Championship. It's gonna be awesome at Arroyo High School Thursday night. I keep saying Friday night. Thursday night at 7. Enjoy it.